So I am so excited. I want to thank all of you for purchasing one of these kits, and I'm super excited to do this demo for you. Now I know it's a little different than what we had originally talked about, but the world's kind of crazy, and what I had planned was my mother-in-law to come watch my children so I could do our class together. But unfortunately, she is now in quarantine, so this is the next step that we had. This was plan B, right? So if you guys do not know me, my name is Kara Taylor. I have Tailored Chalk Art, and I am an independent designer with Chalk Couture. Now, I just appreciate you guys so much, and I'm going to try to be as thorough as I can throughout this demo, so that way you guys have no problems at home doing this, just watching this. I cannot wait to see what you guys create, and I even have a couple little extra ideas on how you can even make this even more fancier than what it's going to look, because you guys are going to do an amazing job. Okay, so like I said, my name's Kara Taylor. I have Tailored Chalk Art. I have been an independent designer with Chalk Couture for almost 3 years. Chalk Couture has been around for about 3.5 years. So, about 6 months after it started is when I found Chalk Couture. I found it just by scrolling through Facebook videos, through live videos, and I saw who is now my sponsor doing this vintage truck, and she did it beautifully in just a few minutes. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is this? I have to have it. And I signed up to be a designer the very next day. And I haven't looked back since, because you guys, it is so simple, so easy, and I can't wait. So let's get started. Okay, so first, I want you to pause this video because I need you guys to go get a towel, of any towel, like a bath towel, a kitchen towel, something like that. Something that's more like a terry cloth, not microfiber, but more something that's kind of like, you know what I mean, like a bath towel, right? And go get some sort of plate. It can be a styrofoam plate, it can be a small little dish, something like that, so that way we can put your guys' chalk paste in. So go get that real quick, pause this video, and go get it and come right back. Okay, so you guys have your stuff. So now you should have a little plate or a little dish or a little bowl or something like that to put paste in. You should have your paste packets that came with your kit. You should have got red and you should have got black. You have the All Is Calm, All Is Bright transfer, and you have our box frame and a squeegee, right? So we are going to first we're going to talk about what the transfers are, what our paste is, and then we're going to jump right into the project, okay? So this is what, you can open it up, you can take this right out of here, and you guys, at any time, there are instructions on the back side of the transfer. So it comes out, there are instructions here. It talks about prep and peel, fuzzing, applying, how to remove, how to heat set if you're doing ink, which we'll get into that, how to clean your transfers, and there's even little pictures down at the bottom. So at any point you get confused or something like that, or if it's down the road and you purchase more, the instructions are always on the back side of every transfer. Okay, so our transfers, what are they? They are so super sticky. It's kind of like a big fun sticker that you can stick to anything. These things can go on chalkboards, whiteboards, glass, metal, wood, slate, anything. You can even put it on fabric, so you can make your own pillowcases, clothes, onesies, bibs, tea towels, anything like that. And you're going to be using our ink. Today we're going to be using chalk paste, which is good for every surface, but for our ink, that is what you're going to use on fabrics to create, like I said, those permanent pieces just by heat setting them, which we can get into that, or if you have any questions about that, you can personally message me and we can talk about ink and what you can do with that. But today, like I said, we're going to be dealing with our paste, which is our Chalkology paste. It is water soluble, meaning that on some surfaces of what you put it on, you're going to be able to take it off. So things like chalkboards, whiteboards, glass, metal, sometimes slate, depending on how things are prepped, you're going to be able to spray it down with water and wipe it off, which is really fun because then you're not creating a closet full of decor. So if you're like me, I love Halloween decor, I love Christmas decor, I love Thanksgiving decor. So for me, I'm constantly changing out things in my home, and my closet was just getting full of so much decor that I'd go find at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Walmart or whatever, and I was just packing stuff away. Well, now I don't have to do that anymore, which is nice because now I can create stuff on pieces that I can erase when the season is over and put a new design on. So all I'm doing is taking stuff off my walls, wiping it off, putting a new design on it, and hanging it right back up again. Makes it so super simple, and my closets are no longer packed full of stuff. On other pieces that it may not come off as easily, like wood, there are still options on how you can reuse those pieces. So for anything that's wood, if I want to reuse that piece, say, my box frame that you guys got, my box frame, if I wanted to change things out, which actually this board, I've actually done that a few times with, I actually just sand off my prior design, or get it wet, wipe it off to what I can get it, and I just paint back over it. So if you happen to make a mistake tonight, it's not a big deal, you guys. You can just wipe it off with water, repaint back over with some white acrylic paint, or sand it off, or you guys, you know what? Even for me, I love mistakes. They are happy little accidents. They help add so much character to the piece itself, and it's all handmade, so it's okay if it looks that way. So don't be afraid. You're going to love it. It's going to be fun. Okay, so these silkscreen transfers, like I said, are just that. They are big, super sticky transfers, okay? You can hear. They're sticky, right? And what these are, they are silkscreen. So in here where it says calm and bright and all these open spots, it's not actually open. So it's not like your ordinary stencil that you can buy at, say, Hobby Lobbies or Michael's. Those are plastic. You have to use adhesive sprays and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to here because they are already sticky for you. And the silk screen is nice because it helps lay down your paste evenly to help prevent bleeding and stuff like that. Everything's very uniform. Everything has crisp, clean lines, which unlike normal big stencils that you can get at the store where you have to use the adhesive spray and set it down, a lot of times it can creep underneath and really kind of get messy, or it doesn't have those nice clean lines. So with these, we just want to make sure that we're getting a good seal with the stickiness of the transfer. We want to make sure it gets a good seal on here, but we don't want it to be so super sticky that we can't get it off. So what we're going to do first off is we're going to take that towel that we had, right? And we're going to apply fuzz. So I'm just going to fuzz. Fuzz, fuzz, fuzz. And you guys are going to do this 6, 7, 8 times. Just kind of keep going. Now I've used this transfer before, so I don't have to do it so many times, as many times as you do, because remember, these are reusable and I have used this one before. So the more times you kind of use it, the more of that fuzz then will kind of build up, and it won't be as sticky, but it's still going to stick really, really well. Chalkator says on average you can reuse these about 8 to 12 times. I can tell you I have some that use upwards of 20 times. It's all about how you take care of them, and fuzzing is a huge step on how to prevent stretching, because that's what right now we're preventing. We're preventing our sticky transfer from sticking to our surface too tough to when we go to go peel it up, we're like stretching that screen, which we don't want to do because that then ruins our transfer. So fuzzing is super important. So fuzz, 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 fuzz. And how you can tell is if you fuzzed enough is when you go put your transfer down. If you can kind of move it around a little bit, that's good, okay? If it's not sticking like right away, that's good. That means that you can kind of peel it up and move it around freely. And if it does just stick right away and you're like, oh man, now, and it's kind of hard to kind of get up, fuzz some more, okay? So now we're going to stick our transfer down. And I'm going to show you guys after too how I wash these. I'm going to show you one way that I do it just right here in my craft room, but then I'm going to explain the other way of just how you can do it right at your sink, and it's a lot easier. Okay, so I peeled it up because it wasn't perfectly straight, and I want it to be, you want it to be really even, right? And if you feel anything underneath your transfer, if you feel like something's pokey, or if you're like me that has a big hair right here, see it, you're going to want to get that off of there. There we go. Because anything that's going to be underneath can cause it to bleed a little bit. So we want to definitely prevent any type of debris getting underneath our transfer. So once you have that, you can push down your transfer. Okay. And next up, what we're going to do, we're going to take our paste packets. So I only had red. I know you guys got red and black. I only have red, so I'm going to use my black jar chalk paste. This is our normal size jars that it comes in. These are $12.99 each, and it comes with 3 ounces of paste. And you guys, these things last you a really long time. And you'll see, especially when I open this up, how much, and how when you guys open it up, how much is actually in these little ones. Because this paste packet alone is going to last you a few different ones. So remember, your transfers are usable, and you're not going to use all of this paste. So kind of think ahead of what other things you want to put this on. You can get, I have like little chalkboards you can get from Walmart for like $2. You can get those. They're in the craft aisle, and you can put this on there. You can dress it up with some ribbon and stuff like that. All sorts of different things, because you're going to have more uses. So don't squirt out all your paste. But first, with your paste, just kind of put it between your hands and just kind of rub it around. Because what we want it to do, we want it to kind of warm up a little bit. We don't want it to be like super, super cold. Our paste does not like to be cold. So especially in these paste packets, you want them to kind of warm up a little bit. Okay? And we're really going to need. Just kind of keep working it. Now, if you open up your paste and say it's a little thick, maybe thicker than what I'm going to show you, you can always take a little squirt bottle or like even just a little drop of water from your finger and mix it in. And that then, because remember, it's water soluble, right? It's going to kind of loosen up that chalk paste a little bit more and make it a little bit thinner for you. If you get it too thin, or if you add a little too much water, you probably won't have to add any, but I'm saying just in case. If you get it a little too thick, you can always set it off to the side and let it kind of thicken back up a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to take our little corner, and I wouldn't rip all the way across. I would just rip the very, very corner, very, very small corner. And you're just going to use just a little bit. Don't need a whole lot, just a little bit. And you want it to be just kind of like that, just kind of drizzly, right? Look how very little I used. Like that little bit is going to go a long way, and there's still so much left in this packet. So basically, I'm just kind of backing it away from the hole, because what you can do now is fold it over with a paper clip, put a paper clip on it, put it inside a Ziploc bag, and you can save this. Okay, I'm also going to open up my black. So get your black, knead it up, and get it to a good workable consistency within your packet. Cut it open and squirt it on whatever dish that you have. Once you do that, you're going to decide, how do I want to lay my colors on my surface? So do I want to do all of it black? Do I want to do all of it red? Do I want to do multicolor? For me, I think I'm going to do black on everything, but the all is calm, all is bright. I think that's how they actually display it even on the kit that you purchased. I really like that look, so I think that's what I'm going to personally do too. So, but we're going to do something called paste and peel. So no matter where you are, I mean, if you just want to go to town and just start wiping it on there and just laying it on there, fine. You can absolutely do that. But for ones that may need a little bit more time in doing this, let's start at the top and kind of work our way down, so that way we can do something called paste and peel method. Because once our paste starts to dry on our transfer, it's actually drying inside of that silk screen. So when we go to go peel it up, it's not going to stick to our surface. It's going to be stuck in that silk screen, right? So we want to make sure we're kind of peeling it up as we go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with my black at my top, and really you could probably go halfway down. I mean, if you are working to get all of it done in about 2-3 minutes, you should be able to lay it all down and pull it up, and it'll be good. But like I said, if you need a little bit more time, you can always do this method, which I'm just going to start. I took my paste, it's on my squeegee, same thing, you can just wipe it into your thing. Just going to take it, and I'm just wiping it across that silk screen. Anything that's white is what I'm covering. I'm trying to be careful not to get it on my other letters. Trying to be careful not to get it off of my transfer. If you need to, if you're kind of struggling to keep it on your transfer, or if you need something smaller, you can also take the squeegee and you can cut it in half. So that way it makes a smaller surface to kind of work, and sometimes it's easier that way. So now I'm just kind of taking my paste and I'm wiping it over that part, okay? So now for that, I think I'm going to go ahead and do my paste and peel method. Now, like I said, if you can go quick, then you don't necessarily have to do that. But I think it's always good practice. Just kind of, I mean, I do this on a lot of my pieces just because I know it's going to turn out perfect that way if I peel it up right away. So we're going to peel it up to where it's right past the all is calm, all is bright. Give it a little wiggle. Okay, laying it back down. And I'm just going to kind of push now on everything that's not covered in chalk. Covering on the all is calm, all is bright. Make sure that portion is down. And that's where now I'm going to take my red. So what I'll probably do is just wipe off my squeegee. Like I said, if you want to cut it in half, that's fine. Or you can take your paste and you can wipe it off. Wipe it off your squeegee. Just like that. And we're going to dip it in our red. And now we're just going to wipe it on that all is calm. Going right over that bit. So you guys can see you need very, very little. That is what I love about this stuff. A little bit goes a really long way. And you guys don't have to be like a crafter to be able to do this. You guys, my kids love this. Love this. They make presents for family members. They go live with me on Facebook and craft with me. They absolutely love it. So you guys, if my children can do it, anyone can do this. And the nice thing is, you guys don't have to be creative. Everyone's like, I'm not creative. You know, I hear that a lot. I'm not creative. I'm like, you don't have to be. The idea's already done, right? The design's already done. The creativity's already kind of complete as far as design goes. Now you just got to lay down color, and it can be whatever you want it to be. It can be whatever color you want it to be. That's where you kind of, you know, get to shine in your moment of creativity, is just picking a color. And if you're boring like me, like I always tend to go towards blacks, grays, whites, blues. I am so boring when it comes to color. I'm kind of scared of it. So for even like this project, I'm like, you know, that's why I chose the red just mainly in the middle, because I'm boring. I know, but it's going to turn out awesome no matter what. Okay, so I wiped off my red, and now I'm going to peel up my project again. Give it a peel. Okay, set it back down again. And I'm just going to kind of work. I don't really worry about the top sitting back down perfect. I just try to lay it back on top, but you don't have to push it back down. Now I'm going to go back to my black and do the rest of it. Now, even how long it's been taking me to do even with the paste and peel method, I could probably laid it all back down and went over it, and it probably still wouldn't have dried. But this is just a nice, like I said, little preventative to make sure it doesn't dry in or transfer at all, and it's going to look great. And I'll show you mine. And then I can't wait to see your guys's. Okay, so there's my black. I'm going to peel this all the way up now. Give it a little pull. Beautiful. I'm just going to lay this on my backer real quick. I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see it. Now you'll notice mine's not perfect, okay? so it's okay. My bee bled just a little bit on the inside of the bee, but overall it looks pretty awesome. So that's what I have. Okay. That's what I have as far as mine. Okay. Now, how to really finish this off, let's go ahead and dry this really fast. You can let it dry on its own. It dries by itself within like probably 3 minutes or so. But just so I can kind of move it around and don't have to worry about messing it up at all. Just going to hit it with a dryer. You can use a blow dryer. It dries probably 15-30 seconds. I love this transfer. Just want to get it dry so that you can see once it's dry, it's on there. It's not going to smudge. It's not going to budge. It's not going to come off. It is on there. Which makes it nice because it is chalk, so you can't get it off with water. But once it's dry, it dries hard. I can run my hand over it, not messing it up at all. It is on there. It is on there and it's good. Now, what some people have been doing with these kits, they've been adding some ribbon. So just add in some cute like Christmas ribbon. I have some like pretty silver over here. I could throw a little silver bow, you know, up on that if you wanted to. But what some other people have been doing, they've been getting fake snow or even just the little beads, little ball beads that you can get at the Dollar Tree. They've been doing that, and they got acetate paper, I believe, on Amazon. So they fill it up with those little beads, and they take that acetate paper and they glue around the edges, and they put the acetate paper down, and now it turns into like a shaker. So then it kind of turns into more of like a shadow box, right? Then they put all those in there and they kind of shake it, and that's the decor. So then it looks like your little Christmas tree down here is in snow, which is super cute. People have also been taking the half ornaments, so you can get them also on Amazon too. You get about the 4-inch ornament, like the balls that actually break in half. So you get like a half and a half of the big ornament balls. So like I believe they said it was about a 4-inch round one, which I believe is like the 120 millimeter one. You can take that and you can put it right over the center and fill that with fake snow or like those little balls. Put that on there and then it looks like a snow globe. So different ways you can take this piece and really just kind of bump up its style and kind of make it real high end. Just by, you know, adding some acetate paper or just like the little ornaments in here, or even just adding cute ribbon. You can take ribbon, wrap it across the bottom, make a cute bow, wrap it across the top, make a cute bow, however you want to. But you can really create this piece. And you guys remember, so I have more of box frames. It wouldn't be this exact box frame that you can get on my website. It's more of a double-sided one. It comes with a lighter border around it, but same white in the middle. Or you can do our reversible chalkboards that also fit something smaller like this over on my website. They're roughly around $8 to $10 for the different box frames or the different chalkboards. So lots of different things you can do, or like I said, go get any surface. Look around your house, upcycle some picture frames, whatever works. Put this design on it because you guys have extra paste. You have, your squeegee, just got to wash it off, and then you just got to rinse off your transfer, which I'm going to show you how to do that. So normally what you can do, what I normally do, I should say, I go out to my sink and I run it under like lukewarm water, and I just wipe my hand over it. Wipe my hand over it, kind of rub it like this until all the chalk is off of it. I flip it upside down, wipe it off with a paper towel until it's clean and dry, and I stick it back to the backer and I use it again and again. But since I'm in here, when I do my crafting videos in here, this is how I normally clean my transfers, especially if I have to use it again. I just take my transfer, I lay it down, I take a spray bottle and I spray it with water. You guys don't have to use soap or anything like that. You're just using water. Okay, I'm getting it good and wet. I'm going to take my paper towel now and I'm just going to rub over it. I am sticking the sticky side down on my paper towel, so then that way it's not going to move on me. So I'm just rubbing it. Now, don't freak out if it stains your transfer. A lot of times our darker pigmented colors like red and black will stain the transfer. You'll kind of get like a hint of color, or it may even just look like it has a black stain on it. It's not a big deal, because remember, it does not affect the transfer. As long as the paste is out of the transfer, that's all that matters. What the transfer looks like once you use it, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. That just proves that they are reusable and they can be well loved. Look at that. All that paste came off of it. That's almost clean. I'm going to turn it over. Like I said, I've used this transfer a few times before, and I've used it on some painted surfaces. So I have a little bit of a white kind of painted area on this side, but I can easily get that off by going out to my sink and kind of wiping it off. I just didn't do the best job the last time I cleaned it. So now I'm just wiping off the backside to really get that screen clean. I'm going to fold my paper towel over, and I'm going to get a new one, because we really want to make sure we are clean. So again, I'm going to spray it, because I can still see some red in my screen. This side I am wiping my sticky side. Making sure there's no paste residue on that side. I'm going to flip it back over and stick it down. And once again, we're going to wipe off our transfer so that red can come out of it, which it did. Now we have a clean transfer. Like I said, it does look stained, not a big deal, but we know that it is clean. So then we just take it and we put it back on our backer. I can tell you it's easier if you flip it over and have it sticky side up, and then you lay your shiny side. There's a matte side and there's a shiny side. You're going to lay your shiny, more slick side to the sticky. Okay. Lay it down, push it down. There you go. So then we have our transfer, and we can just stick it back in our sleeve, just like that, so that we can store it and use it again. Go. So now it's back in my sleeve. It's good to go again. I can clean up my mess. And as far as my squeegee goes and the tray that I used, you can just rinse it off with water and you can reuse them again too. Let's set that over there. Let's close this up. Okay, so now so that is this surface, right? You guys, like I said, you can also put this on chalkboards, whiteboards, glass, metal, slate, wood, anything. Look around, like I said, if it's a flat, semi-flat surface, you can chalk on it. I do have a website where you can go and you can see everything else that we have at chalkcouture.com/Taylor Chalk Art. I'll be making sure I include that so you guys have that. If you really wanted to even dress this up, say even more, or on another project, you can even add glitter. You can use the wet paste after you peel up your transfer. Your paste is still going to be wet. You can take some glitter. Just make sure it's like a really super fine glitter. Dollar Tree has a lot of great different colors, like all in a pack for $1 of these little packs like this. You can cut it up, you can sprinkle it on and make it super glittery too. So lots of options you can do with this as far as adding glitter, adding embellishments to really dress up the project that we even had. But this alone is so cute to just set on your mantle, on your shelf, something like that, just to be displayed for the holidays. Now, like I said, we do have ink. So say I wanted to put this like on a tea towel or something like that. We do have ink, which comes once again in these jars. We have regular ink and we have shimmer ink, and we also have regular paste as you've seen, and we also have shimmer paste, which is like a glittery metallic paste. Super, super pretty. They come in 7 different colors. 7 different? Let's see. We have Harvest, which is like an orangey gold. We have Crimson, which is red. We have Olive, which is like a green. We have our Shimmer White and Shimmer Black. And then we have Gold, Silver, and Copper. So we have 8 different shimmer colors that are super pretty. They are $13.99 in ink. Our shimmer is $17.99 in the paste. Super pretty, but you can take the ink and you can apply it the same way to the transfer on whatever fabric you want. You peel it up, you let it set for 24 hours. I really like to let it dry. We usually stick something sticky, or even if you have just cardboard, to slide it underneath whatever fabric that you're using so that way it doesn't seep through your fabric. You let it sit for 24 hours after you take your transfer off, and then when you're done, the next day you can put a piece of parchment paper over it using a medium heat iron and just heat it for about 4 minutes, flip it inside out, 4 more minutes, and then it's heat set. You'll be able to wash it, you'll be able to dry it, it is not going to come off. You guys, this stuff is so cool, and I hope you enjoyed making stuff. I do go live regularly on my Facebook page, so if you wanted to follow me over there, I do demos Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. My Monday, Wednesday, Friday is at 7 p.m. and all that is Eastern Standard Time. So you guys can catch up everything I make there. I do multiple different surfaces. I put together bundles. So if you really love this, come check me out because I have a lot more to offer. We can bundle some more fun things up, because especially right now I have a ton of Christmas bundles that you guys can make. Lots of awesome gifts for your loved ones. I hope you guys really love this. I hope you enjoy what you made, and I hope you really liked it. I thank you again for following along with this demo. I hope it was easy. I hope it made sense. And I cannot wait to see what you guys create. Thank you, and I will talk to you guys soon. I can't wait to see. Bye, you guys.